Something really cool I've always wanted to talk about is how in Portal 2, if you go into extras and scroll to the bottom, there's something titled Super 8, which is an interactive trailer for a movie called Super 8, which is one of my favorite movies. Seriously, if you haven't seen this movie, go give it a watch. I've always said this movie walked so Stranger Things could run. The cast, the action, and the story with the monster, I'm a sucker for movies like this. And if you haven't seen Super 8 or need a refresher, Super 8 is a 2011 American science fiction thriller film written and directed by J.J. Abrams and co-produced by Steven Spielberg, with Steven Spielberg directing some of, if not, the best movies in cinema such as Jaws, Raiders, The Lost Ark, Jurassic Park, Saving Private Ryan, Tintin, Ready Player One, and freaking E.T. And then J.J. Abrams made the Shrek I Feel Good animation test and Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. But together they made Super 8. Set in 1979, the plot follows a group of young teenagers who witness a mysterious train derailment while filming a movie on a Super 8 camera. And this train derailment releases a monster that was held in the train's cargo and wreaks havoc on their small town, which is what we see in Portal 2, a different perspective of you being in the train, surviving the crash. Somehow. Well, if the dude who drove into the train in a truck survived, I guess anything's possible. But this train crash scene, as unrealistic as it is, I don't care. The chaos, sound design, and impact you feel from this scene is amazing, and easily one of my favorite crash scenes in a movie. So let's play this and see what it's like to be in a crash instead of watching it. Starting it, we are sitting drinking a cup of coffee and reading a newspaper. We hear train noises and chatter on the radio talking about being on schedule and such, with a map on the wall showing the train route, which is shown in the movie by the truck driver who survives the crash. Then we hear on the radio, there's something on the tracks, and a kid screams, "Guys, watch out," which in the movie is right before everything goes from 0 to 100. The train crashes and we get thrown around and wake up. Walking around, the remains of the crash will fall and move, showing off those good old source engine physics. And one cool thing is we see meat hanging in one of the train cargoes, which we see fed to the monster in a scene from the movie. Walking the path, more things fall and break with great sound design and atmosphere. Like, Valve could have made an amazing horror game besides Left 4 Dead, and this trailer just proves it. The source engine is too perfect for this atmosphere. We see some cubes, which play a big part in the movie, and after more things collapse, we hear strange noises and gas leaking sounds, which then makes a big explosion, which I would assume kills us, but we're still alive enough to see the final moments, which shows something breaking out of the train cargo, which is a different and more clear perspective of when this happens in the movie and the kid sees it. And then it ends, giving us what I assume to be a link to the movie's website. And I find this really cool. When has this been done in other games and in a game as big and crazy as Portal 2? The movie would come out only 2 months after Portal 2's launch, and imagine being able to say your movie is in a video game like Portal 2. So that's pretty much it, and that's